Hello, welcome back on lesson 34. We're going to be looking at the adjectives exercises. So let's go. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word used to describe or modify a noun or a pronoun. Adjectives usually answer questions like which one, what kind, how many. For example, that hilarious book, the red one, several heavy books. Okay, so hilarious, red, heavy. Exercise 1, fill in the gap with one of the following descriptive adjectives. So we have deep, hard, wide, flat, skinny, narrow, colorful, and straight. We've done a lesson with adjectives. I don't remember what number, I think it was 18, I'm not sure, but we've done a lesson on that. So this is good for you to practice the adjectives, okay? So you can do a little bit of revision, go back to that lesson, listen for the words, try to remember the ones you've already learned, and this is what we practice. So for example, number 1, the river is too, here we can't cross. What would be here? The river is too hard, so we can't cross. The river is too wide, it's too colorful. It doesn't make sense, does it? But deep makes it interesting. The river is too deep here, we can't cross. We might need a boat. Okay, so fill all of them in. Exercise 2, decide whether you have to use much or many. Much or many. We saw much animals at the zoo. We saw many animals at the zoo. Which one do you think is correct? In the next few lessons, this is just for you to see much and many, but we are going to do a lesson just on much and many, so you know the difference exactly between them, okay? Exercise 3. For each of the sentences, choose the correct order of adjectives to fill in the blank. So, for example, letter A. His grandfather lives in the something house down the street. Big old yellow, old big yellow. So it could be his grandfather lives in the big old yellow house down the street. His grandfather lives in the yellow old big house down the street, or his grandfather lives in the old big yellow house down the street. It all depends, okay? So in the next lessons, as I said, we're going to be also learning the specific places of the adjectives, because there is a little rule. So just before then, you know, start looking at this, start to try to make sense out of this. And next lesson we're going to start looking at that. So next lesson, lesson 35, we're going to do is precisely this, the adjective endings. So we're going to be looking at the specific places that each of them go, okay? There's a little rule on that. So do the exercises, and next lesson we're going to look at the rules specifically, okay? See you soon.